Hi, everybody. Today I'm going to walk you through a very powerful tool called a decision matrix. This is a great way to kind of quantify some of the intangible data that you get when you're making a decision with multiple different options involved. So let me zoom out really quick. Basically, we're going to be building these in Excel. You can probably find some of these online as well, but Excel's an easy way to do it. And I'm going to link this in whatever platform this is on so you can download a copy as well. So essentially what we're going to do is I'm just going to use this example of which job should I choose. So let's pretend that I'm looking for a couple different jobs and I have three primary options that I'm going to be choosing from. The first thing I'm going to do is list out the criteria that I'm judging these jobs by. So teams and relationships, will I enjoy the people that I'm working around? Day-to-day experiences, will I enjoy what I'm actually doing on a regular basis? Are there growth and development opportunities? What's the compensation and benefits package look like? And then I added commute just for fun for me because I hate a long commute. So anything more than 5 or 10 minutes is going to be a problem. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to weight these criteria. So, based on how important they are to you and how much of a priority they are for you. So, teams and relationships, I really want to work with good people that I enjoy being around because I'm going to spend almost a third of my day with these people. So, we're going to rate that a five. Day-to-day experiences, maybe I'm just kind of using this as a springboard. I'm not like I need to pay the bills, so I'm not too concerned with what I'm actually doing on a regular basis. So we'll call that a three. Growth and development opportunities, I am looking to advance my career at some point, so maybe we'll call that a four. Compensation, again, I need to pay the bills. I don't need to be driving around in a Lamborghini, so let's call that a three. And then commute and flexibility, I already explained, so I'm going to call that a five. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to set up some formulas. These will already be set up in the Excel sheet that you can download, but we'll set them up just so you know how to do it in the future. Basically, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the first job, I'm going to hit the equal sign, and we're just going to take this weight. So cell C4 in this Excel sheet, we're going to multiply it, and the asterisk is multiplication in Excel, and we're going to multiply it by the actual score that I give the job in that category. So for job one, let's say the team is pretty exciting. I'm excited to work for these people. So we're going to call them a 5 out of 5 as far as the team and the culture. And what that's going to do is that's going to give job one a total of 25. And we're going to click and drag this formula so it covers all of the criteria. We're going to do the same thing for these other cells. Cell C4 times the score that we give job two, and cell C4 times the score that we give job three. And again, we're just going to click and drag those down to cover all of the criteria for each job. And then all I'm going to do is in this total row right here, I'm just going to hit the sum button so it adds the total score for each of these jobs up. Sometimes it's best to wait to get the total score. So if you don't want to do this yet, or if you want to delete those cells and hit the sum button later, then that's fine because looking at the sums as you're doing the work might influence how you're rating things. But back to the main point. So gave job one a 5 out of 5 in team experience. The day-to-day experiences, maybe the job isn't so great. It's going to be a little mundane. So we'll give that a two. Growth and development opportunities. Maybe there are some good growth opportunities, but not a ton. So we'll give this one a three. Compensation package. Compensation package is actually looking okay. So we'll give it a four. And the commute is kind of mid. So, maybe it's a 15-20 minute commute. So we'll give that a three as well. So you can see that job one scored a total of 70 for its overall appeal. And all I'm going to do is plug in some scores for these other two jobs. So job two, maybe the team and relationship isn't so great, so I'm going to give them a two. The interviews just didn't go very well. I didn't really enjoy the people that I was meeting. Day-to-day experiences, maybe that's a little bit better, so we'll give them a four. Growth and development opportunities, these guys had some really good growth and development opportunities, so maybe we'll give them a five here. And then for compensation, they were pretty mid-range, so we'll give them a three. And for commute, maybe the commute was really good. This place is like right next door to an apartment that I was looking at, so we'll give them a five. And for the sake of time, I'm just going to copy and paste some of the scores in for job three. So what you can see here is now you have three more tangible quantitative scores that I can give each of these jobs. Now, what this isn't is this isn't the final say. One, especially with only five criteria, you might be missing some things. So I encourage you to be as in depth with those criteria as you can be. And two, this is more to give you insight into what you should do. For example, I had a job opportunity a couple of years ago that I was trying to determine whether I should move and take it or whether I should stay where I was at. And what I found myself doing was changing the scores to make staying here a bit more appealing to me. So I would do things like, oh, you know what, my day to day experience at my current job is it's not really a two. I'd give it maybe a three. I'm enjoying what I'm doing a little bit. Basically, if you find yourself making adjustments, then what that did for me is it let me know, okay, maybe something inside of me a little bit deeper actually just wants to stay up here in Fort Collins where I'm currently located. So again, this isn't a final say or anything, but it is a great tool to gain some insight into what you should actually do. Hope you enjoy it. Reach out if you have any questions on using it and feel free to download it as you see fit.